Am I going to have SIBO forever? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about your outlook if you're a SIBO sufferer. Welcome back to Gut Freedom, where we find your gut problem, fix it, and let you live your best life. I'm Jason Godo, and today we're talking about if I have SIBO, is it forever, or will it someday just be completely gone and I won't suffer from this anymore? Well, the stats aren't great. From what we know in the research, about 1/3 of people, the red, are super lucky. And they can go through a few treatment rounds of their SIBO and it will be eliminated, period, just gone. About 2/3 of us, myself included, it's more of a chronic condition. Now, I know I just said chronic, don't freak out. Chronic and manageable. It gets better and better and better, so it's easier to deal with all the time. It is never okay, I can't say that, but it generally is never as bad as it is the first time to treat. It generally just gets better and better every time you treat it, and your relapse time lengthens. So what does that all mean? Well, right now we know that the best testing is the 3-hour lactulose breath test. Based on the numbers from this test, it usually tells you how many treatment rounds you need to go through before you eradicate enough of the bacteria so you're feeling really good at that point, or good enough. And then from there, you have to figure out, how long am I feeling good? The general relapse time is anywhere from 2 months to 1 year. What does that mean? Well, let's say you did some testing. So you did your 3-hour lactulose breath test, and the number came back 100 the first time. You did 2 treatment rounds. What are these treatments? You did some herbal antibiotics and you did some prescription antibiotics from your doctor. And after, let's say, 6 weeks of all those treatments, you felt really good. And you did some preventative things in the meantime, but eventually, within 2 months to a year, some of these really weird things in your bowel started to come back again. Gas, bloating, some of the foods you were able to eat again started to become a problem. Then what do you have to do? Usually, you would do another test just to be sure the same bugs are there, or maybe they're not there, but at least you have something to fall back upon and say, where am I starting from now? Treat it with some type of treatment recommendation, and then your relapse time generally expands even longer. So your first treatment, you did it 6 weeks. You relapsed in 2 months. Did another round of treatment. Now the relapse time is a year. So what generally happens is, yes, the relapse time gets longer and longer and longer. Your food restrictions become a little less and less, and you can start living your good life, but it is something chronic. Now, what do people do in between to make sure that these relapse times stay longer? Well, these are the preventative steps. And now I'll have another video on all this as well. But I just want to give you the overview so you know that, yes, 2/3 of us have a chronic condition, but you can manage it and it does get better. The prevention are prokinetics, things that keep it moving, the bacteria swept out of our small intestine. Meal spacing, trying to gap our meals with 5 hours in between each meal. And following some diet guidelines so that we're not feeding the bacteria. Now, let's just make sure that your expectations are okay here. Yes, it is a chronic condition. SIBO is chronic for 2/3 of us. But your quality of life is going to improve. You're going to have longer remission periods. Your relapses, if you have them, are going to be less severe. The treatments are going to work faster. So say the first time it took 6 weeks to treat it, it may only take 2 or 3 from now on. And your diet restrictions are less. So say before you couldn't have dairy and you couldn't have broccoli and you couldn't have, certain cheeses and you couldn't have wine. Well, maybe a few of those you're able to have now. So your dietary restrictions become less. So I just want to let you all know, look, I have it. It sucks, but there's hope. And things have gotten so much better. Now that I've learned the right treatments, the right preventatives in the meantime, in between the relapses, and as I get more and more knowledge, I will share it with you. So if you like this, hey, give me a thumbs up, subscribe below, and I'll follow up with more videos on treatment recommendations, prokinetics, what we can do in the meantime, and anything else I can come up with. All right, guys? Thank you for watching Gut Freedom. See you soon. Bye-bye.